I've got breaking analysis that offensive coordinators around the league are not going to want to hear. The San Francisco 49ers might have just pulled off the biggest draft heist since Fred Warner fell into their laps. When Georgia's defensive monster Mykel Williams somehow remained available at pick number 11, John Lynch practically sprinted to the podium with that selection card. NFL offensive line coaches are already losing sleep over what this pairing with Nick Bosa means for their protection schemes next season. I've spent the last 72 hours breaking down Williams' college film, speaking with SEC coaches, and consulting NFL defensive specialists. And what I've discovered will have 49ers fans absolutely buzzing about their defensive future. This isn't just another solid first-round pick. This could be the final piece that transforms San Francisco's defense into an unstoppable force capable of delivering that elusive 6th Lombardi trophy. The physical dimensions alone tell a story that should terrify opposing quarterbacks. Williams stands a towering 6'5" and weighs a chiseled 260 pounds with the frame to potentially add more functional strength at the NFL level. But what truly separates Williams from other physically imposing edge defenders is his rare combination of power, technique, and football intelligence that allowed him to dominate SEC competition from day one as a true freshman starter on Georgia's championship team. The Jadeveon Clowney comparison makes perfect sense when you consider their nearly identical physical profiles, Clowney at 6'5", 266 pounds, and their elite run-defending abilities. However, NFL scouts I've spoken with believe Williams possesses significantly more refined hand technique and better bend around the edge than Clowney showed coming out of South Carolina. Williams displays a sophisticated understanding of leverage and positioning that often takes years for defensive linemen to develop. Yet he arrived at Georgia with these skills already polished. Perhaps most impressive is Williams's diagnostic ability. His recognition of offensive concepts happens with remarkable speed, allowing him to consistently blow up plays before they develop. One Georgia defensive coach told me confidentially, "In my 20 years coaching college football, I've never seen a freshman process information this quickly. His football IQ is at an NFL level already. This mental processing translates directly to his run defense, where Williams uses exceptional strength, violent hands, and perfect angle pursuit to completely eliminate entire sides of the field." What makes this pick particularly brilliant is how Williams' skill set perfectly complements Nick Bosa's established strengths. While Bosa brings refined pass-rushing technique and relentless motor from one edge, Williams provides devastating run-stopping ability and developing pass rush skills from the opposite side. The combination creates an impossible dilemma for offensive coordinators: slide protection toward Bosa and leave Williams in one-on-one situations, or double-team Williams and free Bosa to terrorize quarterbacks. What elevates this selection, from good pick to potential draft steal, is the context surrounding Williams' final collegiate season. Multiple sources confirm he battled through a significant ankle injury throughout most of 2023, severely limiting the explosiveness that defines his game when healthy. Despite this limitation, Williams still performed at a high level, recording 4.5 sacks and 7.5 tackles for loss, while grading as one of college football's premier run defenders, according to Pro Football Focus. Georgia defensive coordinator Glenn Schumann revealed, "There were weeks when Mykel could barely practice, but he refused to miss games. Even at 70%, he was dominating elite offensive tackles. That tells you everything about his character and competitive spirit." This information has 49ers coaches privately ecstatic about Williams' ceiling once fully healthy and integrated into their defensive system. With proper medical treatment and an NFL-level strength and conditioning program, Williams could quickly emerge as one of the league's most dominant edge defenders. Beyond his on-field impact, Williams brings championship pedigree from Georgia's dynastic program, where he helped secure a national title as a freshman starter. Experience that aligns perfectly with San Francisco's championship expectations. His football character and work ethic have drawn universal praise from Georgia's coaching staff, with head coach Kirby Smart calling him the most professional young man I've ever coached during a draft night interview. Williams's immediate impact: as a freshman at college football's highest level, suggests he could similarly contribute from day one in San Francisco. Unlike many defensive linemen who require significant technical development or physical maturation before making NFL contributions, Williams arrives with a pro-ready skill set that addresses San Francisco's specific needs. The 49ers' defense, while statistically strong overall last season, occasionally struggled against powerful running attacks, particularly in their NFC Championship loss to Detroit. Williams specializes precisely in the area San Francisco needed most, setting a dominant edge against the run while offering pass rush upside that will develop under defensive line coach Chris Kokorek, widely regarded as one of the NFL's premier developers of defensive line talent. The ripple effects of this selection extend far beyond just Williams' individual contributions. By pairing him with Bosa, San Francisco creates a defensive ecosystem where every level benefits. Interior defenders Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead will see fewer double teams as offenses focus protection resources toward the edges. Linebackers Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw gain cleaner paths to ball carriers, with Williams occupying blockers in the run game. The secondary receives the gift of compressed quarterback decision windows, transforming contested coverage situations into potential turnover opportunities. This selection represents defensive coordinator Nick Sorensen's dream scenario, adding an elite run defender with pass rush upside to complement his existing personnel without sacrificing scheme versatility. Williams' positional flexibility is another underrated aspect of this pick. At Georgia, he demonstrated the ability to align anywhere from 5 technique to 9 technique, allowing San Francisco to create favorable matchups based on offensive personnel and game situations. This versatility becomes particularly valuable in critical defensive situations, where the ability to present multiple front looks without substituting personnel creates significant advantages. The NFC West landscape makes this selection even more impactful. With the Rams' offensive line in transition, the Cardinals rebuilding around a young quarterback, and the Seahawks implementing new offensive systems under Mike Macdonald, Williams' addition could cement San Francisco's divisional dominance. Beyond divisional implications, Williams directly addresses the specific vulnerabilities that have prevented San Francisco from claiming a championship despite multiple deep playoff runs. When Detroit eliminated the 49ers in January's NFC Championship, they did so by physically dominating the line of scrimmage, repeatedly creating movement that allowed their running game to control tempo and wear down San Francisco's defense. Williams represents the direct antidote to this specific weakness, a physical force on the edge who specializes in setting firm anchor points against even the most powerful offensive tackles. Looking at the broader strategic implications, this selection reinforces San Francisco's philosophical approach to roster construction, building from the trenches outward while finding premium talent that fits their specific defensive identity. While other contenders chase skill position players in early rounds, the 49ers continue accumulating difference makers at the line of scrimmage, recognizing that postseason football ultimately rewards teams who control the point of attack. The Williams-Bosa combination could potentially develop into the NFL's premier edge duo, giving San Francisco a defensive identity reminiscent of the dominant front seven units that defined their championship dynasties of the past. What makes Williams particularly special is his immediate contributor potential combined with significant developmental upside. At just 21 years old, Williams enters the NFL with a pro-ready skill set against the run, while offering untapped potential as a pass rusher. Under Kokorek's tutelage, Williams could develop a more diverse rush arsenal to complement his already elite power moves and run defense. This development trajectory aligns perfectly with San Francisco's championship window, providing immediate impact while growing alongside core players like Bosa, Warner, and Talanoa Hufanga. For a 49ers team that has repeatedly come tantalizingly close to championship glory, Williams represents the potential missing piece that transforms near misses into championship parades. His ability to neutralize opposing running games addresses San Francisco's most glaring defensive vulnerability, while his developing pass rush skills create the potential for a truly elite edge duo with Bosa. The NFL's most successful defenses typically feature complementary edge defenders who force offenses into impossible protection dilemmas. Think T.J. Watt Alex Highsmith in Pittsburgh, or Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith in Cleveland. Williams and Bosa could quickly develop into the league's most formidable such pairing, giving San Francisco a defensive identity capable of carrying them through the gauntlet of NFC contenders. I haven't been this excited about a 49ers defensive draft pick since they selected Nick Bosa himself. The tandem could terrorize opposing offenses for years to come. What do you think about this potentially franchise-altering selection? Will Williams and Bosa become the NFL's most dominant edge duo? Could this be the missing piece that finally brings that 6th Lombardi Trophy to the Bay Area? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and hit that like button if you're as fired up about this pick as I am. This defense is going to be special in 2024.